What's up, guys? I had to jump on this topic as quick as possible. I saw a video a couple hours ago by Louis Marco talking about Chris Jones and Scott Herman, right? So, after my workout, did a little bit of homework and hopped on, did some creeping, and I had to laugh because this whole situation, if you go back to, I think it was 2012 probably, is when I first started watching Chris Jones. It was when he was around like 17 to 20,000 subscribers, so I was in the beginning pretty much, and I watched his channel evolve and everything, and he has changed. 100% he has changed. Still a badass motherfucker. And Scott Herman, I haven't really watched his videos much, but when I first started training about 5 years ago, I saw him. He was one of the first channels I ever saw. And I aspired to have like an aesthetic kind of physique. Now looking at him, I don't really see his physique as extremely aesthetic, like Jeff Side and like guys like that, and like Rob Riches and shit. But he still looks great. And this is not disrespectful to either of those guys because they both train, and they both diet and they both look great. So kudos to both of them. But just the YouTube drama really makes me giggle. And I think it's funny, and it's great, actually, because both channels, both Scott Herman and Chris Jones, are both going to benefit from this. They're both going to gain more subscribers and popularity because of the drama. That's just how it goes. If you look back to, like, Matt Ogus versus Jones, the whole Vince G and Chris Jones beef and shit, and a perfect example is Vegan Gains. Basically, he uses other people, defames them, and that's how he gains subscribers, basically. His videos really pissed me off in the beginning, but more and more they kind of become more comical, and I think it's funny because he's taking down some pretty retarded people lately, so I really appreciate that, so thank you, douchebag. But basically how this whole situation went down, apparently Scott Herman was talking shit about Chris Jones, saying he's a fake natty, and that he's actually taking steroids and this and that. Whether he is or not, we'll never know. Do I think Chris Jones is natural? I don't know. He very well could be on gear. He's been making pretty good gains the last couple of years, and he's been training like 10 years, I believe. So if he was on drugs, I wouldn't be surprised. That being said, his fat-free mass index is in like 28. I think it's between 24 and 26. So it is within the natural limit, and you have to realize he has some of the best genetics that I've ever seen. So if he was on drugs, if I was him, I would be on drugs, and I would compete at that level and try to get my IFBB pro card. That's just me. But natural or not natural, he still has a fucking nasty, crazy physique. And, props to you, Jones. I think, you're one of the biggest naturals that's out there. Despite only being like 185 pounds when you're super, super lean. Or what I would consider super lean. You say you're about 8%, but you had like lines in your glutes. So I think you were pretty fucking lean. Shredded quads and shit over the summer. Actually, before the summer. It was probably like April or May or June. Some shit. I don't fucking know. But anyway. So, Scott Herman said Chris Jones was a fake natty. So, Jones went full potato. And he says, and I quote, "Anyone here that follows Scott Herman Fitness, a.k.a. hasn't made gains in 5 long years? Tell him Beast Mode Jones said he can suck my dick. And I have all the screenshots of the shit talking he's been doing about me. Dude, you see me at the expos and don't even look my way. Cut out the fuckery." And to his wife, "Mrs. Herman, next time your husband tells you that he is on his laptop working, he's probably stalking buff black dudes on the internet because he probably wants the BBC. Fucking hippie." See, this is what I love about Chris Jones, is he's not scared to call people out. He called out Ogus on, bullshit titles of his videos, stealing content, challenges, the contest prep challenge for the 2013 Muscle Mayhem. Granted, he dropped out, so not cool, man. But the whole Vince G thing, and there's been others, definitely, that he's called out. So I respect that. A lot of people lose respect for him in a sense that they say he should be more professional and grow up and this and that. But to be honest, and people are saying that he's like a thug and shit. It's like, he's real as fuck. And, that's one thing that hasn't changed about Chris Jones over the years is he's still real. Yeah, he's more about the money, but when you're running a business and a company and making a living for yourself, what do you want him to do? So you have to think of it from his perspective too. In regards to Scott Herman Fitness, his response to this whole situation, after basically, this to me is almost like a confession, like, yeah, I fucked up, I was talking shit, basically trying to divert the attention and just get over it. He says, apparently Chris Jones is on a roid rage, posting all kinds of comments about me. I am flattered you still pay this much attention to me, Jones. Haven't cared about your videos in years. As for the expos, didn't even know you were there because I don't care. And then he basically says, move on with your life, no one cares. So, I don't think this is going to go any further. That's probably the end of it. Jones is going to like Jamaica for like 4 or 5 days, so I'm sure he's just going to be out having a good time, having some good eats, enjoying his time with his girlfriend Denise. So, I think this is probably it, but I think the drama is great, and a lot of people in the community really like it, so it's definitely going to drive subscribers their way. And I'm interested to see if it goes any further. So, be sure to like the video. Hopefully you're up to date on this drama. Post any comments down below if you've heard anything else, or if I missed any details. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out. Be sure to subscribe. Suckers.